Hi everybody, welcome to this channel message. This came through from another being, another collective. So I'm about to read it. The first line was an intro for me, and then this is the message. As always, take what resonates with you. If you're not familiar with channeling, you may want to just leave aside the source for this moment and just let it come, see if it resonates with you. What can you take, regardless of your path, if it's constructive? And then if you have any question, feel free to share in the comment, or always ask from that place of curiosity or anything constructive that you want to know. We are ready to begin. Exciting times ahead, dear one, for you and yes, the collective. Ashtar Command here today to connect through you and pass a message to humanity. This is the message. Dear souls, Ashtar here, delivering a message to you all from the Galactic Federation of Light. Exciting times are ahead, and yes, much will change. These will be gradual, very gradual, to assist a sustainable shift. From time to time, there might be more blunt moves, more overt or of a bigger scale events. In a way, this might also be a test to see how humanity and the collective consciousness responds or react, how it rebalances, creates, and aligns afterwards. These might be earth, human, or else generated. Some may see or perceive these changes as scary, frightening, unsettling. Remember, you're always in control, dear ones. And as any challenge presents, you there have an opportunity to reshape it, to take that in through new lens, through new eyes. What can you learn? What can you be aware of? Who can you help? What can you improve or reevaluate in your own life? These are just some consideration. Ultimately, remember, you are all here for a reason. You all have decided to be here in these exciting particular times of immense transformation, capital letter, immense transformation, of renewal, of rebirth. We advise a sincere evaluation of what models, what systems, beliefs can serve you, and which ones it's time to shed away. This honest review and reflection can be done within yourself, towards your inner circle, your society, and extended to the global and even galactic community. We are here to support you. All of you, especially those of you who came here with a greater mission, as in, with a task to guide and impact, heal or lead many others, whether many others means dozens or billions. We have been encouraging you all to remember the truth of who you are, whether you're here for, to not shy away from your purpose, rather to rediscover or trust in your own inner strength, in your own power, as well as the collective light. The advice is for you all to recenter when you feel shattered, tired, or lost, to ground, to step in with courage, resilience, and yes, always with discernment. Some events will take place by the end of this year, 2025, some in the next few ones. As things progress, continue embracing your own mission, enhancing protection, grounding, while staying very, very connected, very able to tune in with the sincerity and the truth of your heart. Your heart center can be, and is, a big leading center for discernment. And she can also teach this. This is a time to choose, to embrace and shine your light, if you will, to continue rising, recognizing one another, and acting upon what your call is. Light leaders, remember why you are here. Each of you can find their own invaluable ways to connect to your guides, to me, Ashtar, and the Galactic team. We remind you and highlight courage, discernment, resilience, and to stay in your light for the times ahead. Thank you. This powerful message, sometimes it may be of help to listen a few times, whether consecutive or throughout the time, just to see what lands the more, what you are ready to take in or not. As Ashtar says, this work is fascinating. I would have never thought about walking this path in a way, and in a way I feel like Harry Potter, that a part of himself always knew there was something special, is different, and it's like, okay, now you're ready, welcome to the School of Magic, and off you go. But what I can say, some of the messages would be and should be consistent throughout mediums and psychics. So for example, how do you know if something is true? You can use your own discernment. You can check in with your heart and your own senses to create an opinion. Ideally, not just the rational mind blended with the souls. You have that beautiful inner technology within you. And then you can also check with validate with other external sources. These could be other people in the community that you know. This could be greater communities such as bigger people online. For things to be aligned and to be in the truth, you would look for parameters such as multiple people not connected between them, maybe even not aware of one another, receiving messages that are very similar. Now, what you can see with channeling is that depending on what are the skills that are more open of the vessel, of the physical human body, the language may change, but the core essence should be the same, and even the communication. And if I'm aware of other people channeling Ashtar, this can make sense to me. And I'm the first skeptic in the room to stand guard at that gate of discernment. What is coming in? Is this light? Is this not? And if it's not, I pause what I'm doing, I pause the writing, and then there's sort of technique and processes that I apply to make sure that what comes through is discerned. There are certain skills. For example, so far, clairvoyance for me is on just say 2 or 5% of the time. So I rarely have a glimpse of a vision. Most often it would be a sense, the feelings, it would be the knowing, and it would be the audience. So I would hear the conversation. And through that long process of meditation that can be approached from different angles, it doesn't necessarily have to be seated with a light cross. Then I'm able to go within, which is something that everybody can find their way to do, to just discern what is happening within. If I formulate a thought, where that comes from, if I'm receiving a message from my soul, my spirit team, anything else, where is that coming from? What is the difference? How do I discern if something is a light or not? So once all of this is clear, something that has my fascination is that everything happens through frequency. So it's like telepathy. It's like you have a signal, you have a frequency, and that frequency can include so much. I could render a message in a few words or different. So for example, when the message comes through a psychic, and if it's channeling through voice or through writing, as I'm doing, for example, they would tap into what is the plethora of experience and the vocabulary of the person. The words that I use may be different than the language or the analogy that makes sense for another person, but if they need to pass a message for the audience, if there is someone in the audience that would need a particular analogy or word, then they would use that. And those are the times where I'm writing, and as my hands write, I go, wow, I wouldn't have written that. There are things that, well, I've been doing that all along, or I can sort, recognize that I was guided, or there are previous skills from other lives that surely were reinforcing those points. There's always something new. There is always something new that is like, this didn't came from me. And it's really about stepping back, putting the rational mind aside, having enough presence to be able to discern, but at the same time, that humility of allowing what needs to come through for the greater interest, for the light, that let it come through. There is this thing that I want to say in regards to this message passed from Ashtar. Normally, when I channel the Pleiadians with that sense of frequency, having not yet the vision to see, I'm calling for that, would be so beautiful to see them. There is this sense, and so the sense may come with more softness or more authority. The messages that comes from Ashtar and the galactic team have that sense of more authority, and there is a consistency. So when they come in, it's like there's the spirit guides would sort of introduce, okay, is there anyone here today to pass a message for the public, or myself? Could be yes, no, depending on the time. And there is that distinctive sense that throughout repetition, you sort of, it's like you cannot see someone, but by the tone of your voice, you would recognize who's coming to visit. It's magic in that way. So by myself, I'm experiencing the consistency of this difference, and I have to say comes with a bit more authority in comparison to other beings that are coming. This is a message for everyone, which is when they mention, remember why you're here and embrace your path, embrace your mission, I really want to dismantle this a little bit more, because I remember the first time that someone asked me, this happened for real, are you a light worker? And I was like, whoa, it's like, I don't know. It's like, I'm not here to judge you, but I don't think this is for me. But it was always possible, it's been one of my greatest advantage. That humbleness, like the curiosity, like a child, just like, look, I don't know, but who am I to say what is and what is not? I mean, if you're a good person, if you're doing what is right for you, then the life will tell, the path will tell. And since then, so much has happened. So I'm still not so excited to embrace the word light worker. You might relate with this or not. You might be at peace calling yourself in that way. What I'm making the point is, so many would have the soul contract agreement to wake up at a certain point. Many have been already awakened, and thank you so much if that is you, and you have been doing work for yourself and other people, maybe just in your community, in your family, maybe on a greater scale. Thank you. Thank you. Because sometimes we don't take the call right away. Many have not been taking the call for uncertainty, for insecurities or for any type of blockages, being these from energies, from things in society, in the material life, family members, anything. So what I want to say is some of you would have clear what your mission is and others may not be as clear. I don't know yet what my purpose is. I know I'm on a path. I've surrendered to that. I've declared I was willing to be in service, of service for the light only, with many choices coming up and many tests. As Ashtar say, the progressing would be gradual, but at times with things that are more blunt to test you. Keep going, stay in your light, stay in your integrity. If you're unsure of your mission, just take the next step. That's an important message. If you don't know what you're here for, but you know there's something special, there's something different, you're here for light, just take the next step. I hope this was helpful. I'll see you in the next video, and any comment, always reach out. Bye.